Google's overarching corporate goal is to organize the world's information, and this vision drives all of their products and development of those products, and is most likely the reason for one of their newest products called Google Body Browser. It's really cool. It allows you to explore the human body in a three-dimensional way. Really neat. It has a lot of great applications. To find it, just go to Google, type in Google Body Browser, and it is a lab. It's a very new product, and it'll pull right up here. One of the reasons that this is a really neat product is how it does what it does, and some of this is pretty geeky and I won't go into it in great depth, but essentially it uses something called WebGL, which is a special coding language that allows three-dimensional images and interactions in a web browser without using third-party programs like Flash, which is really nice because eventually this will be available on mobile devices as well, and just is a little more stable, a little more reliable. But this is a really neat application of that program. In order to run it, you will need a web browser that has the ability to display WebGL capabilities. Google Chrome is probably the easiest way to do that. There's also a version of Mozilla Firefox that you can use, but just any old browser won't work. You need a very up-to-date modern browser. But once you have it, this is what will be displayed here, and I can manipulate this with my mouse. And anybody who has used Google Earth, Google Maps will recognize the controls because they're very, very similar. And as I slide this down, I can begin to see different layers. So we'll start with the muscles, and if I go down further, I can isolate just the bones. If I go down further, I can just find the soft organs. Then I can see the vascular system, heart and veins and arteries. Then the nervous system down at the bottom. If I want to customize that, I can click this other button here and adjust each one independently. So let's say that I don't want to see the skin at all. I would just like to see the muscles and bones together. So I'm going to slide all of these over, and I can adjust the transparency just like that. So that's really cool. Another great feature is if you click on any organ, it tells you what it is. So there's the pectoralis major. Click on the deltoids, and it'll isolate that as well. So you can do that with any organ in the body, whether muscle, bone, or whatever, which is neat. You can also search for an organ, and this is another feature they've borrowed from other Google products, the instant search feature. Let's say you want to find one of the bones. Can just type in the first few letters and it'll automatically zoom in and isolate that bone. So I found the humerus. You can try a clavicle. So that's really neat. It's a great application to use with a smart board. That would be a great way to view this in the classroom, and even do like show and tell or Simon Says, and have students come up and point to various organs. It is still under development. I expect that they will be adding in a lot of new features very soon, including maybe layers, so that in addition to knowing the name of an organ, you might be able to also find links or videos related to it, which would be really neat. So this is Google Body Browser, one of the Google Labs, new product very recently introduced by Google, and play with it. I think you'll find it to be very useful.